What would you do if you knew your loved ones would eventually forget you?
At UC San Diego, the women of Sigma Kappa are dedicated to finding a cure.
Sigma Kappa's Best Dance Crew benefits the Sigma Kappa Foundation, which inspires our sisters to excel in philanthropic services that impact society. And the Sigma Kappa Foundation supports the development of our sisterhood in many ways, like supporting our philanthropic initiatives, the main Seacoast mission, Inherit the Earth, gerontology, and a cause near and dear to the hearts of our sisters here at UC San Diego, Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's is the most common cause of dementia, a general term for memory loss and other cognitive impairments severe enough to interfere with daily life.
So my grandpa having Alzheimer's affecting my life and my dad's life was just basically that I wasn't able to have that great of a relationship with him at all because Alzheimer's makes you not remember. So a lot of the times it was basically like we were strangers with each other the whole time that I knew him.
There was actually this one time that my mom was talking to my grandfather on the phone, and she asked if he wanted to speak to me, and he was like, oh, like, who is it? And she said that it was me, Chloe, his granddaughter, and he was like, no, I don't know who that is. I don't want to talk to her. And that was like really hard to hear, that like someone I loved so much like didn't even like remember who I was. And I told my mom like how upset it made me feel, and she told me that sometimes my grandfather doesn't even remember her.
Recently, my grandpa was at a family reunion, and afterwards he told us that he couldn't remember any of their faces, but he knew that they were supposed to be important to him and belong in his life. This is the impact that Alzheimer's has. It starts with little things like memories and faces, and eventually takes away your entire identity.
Someone develops Alzheimer's every 65 seconds, and 1 in 3 seniors die from Alzheimer's or another form of dementia.
My step-grandfather has Alzheimer's, or well, he had Alzheimer's, but he just recently passed away. But I wasn't able to ever like visit him really, even though I like knew him growing up, because he wouldn't know who I am, and he wouldn't know who like any of my family members were. He didn't even remember my grandma.
It was kind of devastating for the whole family. My grandma, my dad, and his siblings just start not remembering. He's forgetting how to do everything and stuff.
I remember he wrote this poem. It's called like When I Grow Old, and it basically just explains how he's noticed that over the years his like not the man he used to be, like his not able to do all the things he used to, his losing his memory. And it's really sad reading that and just seeing how like he was like so aware that he was undergoing like such a big change.
They really can only be taken care of from like a few people, and that like isn't like their family members, that's like care providers, and they don't remember their family members or their friends or the people that were the most significant like in their lives.
Caregivers of those with Alzheimer's have an increased likelihood of depression, emotional stress, and financial issues.
In the year 2018, Alzheimer's cost the nation $277 billion.
Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States.
Alzheimer's kills more people than prostate and breast cancer combined.
Just realizing, you know, how precious like life is, I think, is something that I kind of got a glimpse at a very early age because of this, because you really never know like when you're going to lose like that's like simple like things that you don't even think about. Like I never think about like remembering my friends or my family or my dog's name or something like that, but it can be taken away from you in a second, and your entire life is completely turned like upside down, and everyone else around you is as well. So yeah, probably just realizing like how important life is, and just to be in the moment and really appreciate all that you have, and that your body like is working basically, and that you are healthy.